I haven't started mine yet. I was waiting on you. Okay.
Peace, everyone. Welcome to Karmic Dynasty. I am here today with Marcia Harris Owens of Common Sense, and I'm gonna have ask Marcia to introduce herself and tell you all why we are here today.
Good morning, everyone. This is Marcia Harris Owens of Common Sense, and I'm coming to you live with Miss Joy Allen, and we're at my home in Virginia Beach. What we're trying to do is show you how to be self-sufficient. And what we're making today is our own vanilla extract. We started on one jar just so we could get the hang of it, so we wouldn't be all shaky when we started the video. And my video is not connecting. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Mine's trying to connect. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. What we're doing is showing you how to make your own vanilla extract. Right now, vanilla extract is extremely high for several reasons. The crops, people steal vanilla beans. You'll be amazed at what they steal. And so you want to try to make your own. You can make an extraction that takes up to a year to be ready, or you can make an extraction that take up to 3 to 4 months to be ready. So at least 3 months time. And all you're simply doing is using your vanilla beans. There's a company called vanillapura.com, VANILLAPURA.com. They also have a great Facebook group where they teach you how to make different extractions using different spirits. Right now, I use vodka. My vodka that I'm using is 80 proof. You can use a higher proof vodka. You can use brandy. So they teach you how to do all of that. And that will be your best resource as to learning how to make your own vanilla extract. So what we're going to show you today is a real simple extraction. Anybody can do it, 5 and up. You can assist
Joy
them.
Allen did it. Anybody can do it.
So you want to assist them, of course, with cutting. And all you're going to do is some vanilla, like, okay, you have different size jars. This is a 16-ounce jar when it's filled to the top, a mason jar. This is a 32-ounce mason jar. And then this is also a 32-ounce jar, but this jar has a different type of lid on it. It has the lid with the rubber. So when you close it down and you click it down, it seals. And I like all of these jars. And then you can also get your jars that are already dark colored, which I use for essential oils, but you can use them for your extracts as well, because you're making an extraction. That's why it's called an extract, vanilla extract. You're extracting what's inside of the bean with the alcohol or whatever you use for your extraction. I used an 80 proof alcohol, and it's not an expensive alcohol, but if you have access to Everclear, that's even better, and that's 190 proof, and that'll probably pull your extraction much quicker than even 3 months. So of course, the higher the proof, but the longer you let your vanilla extract sit, the better it becomes. It's better aged. So you can age it up to a year. Some people have extract that has been aging for 20 years or longer. So you can always have your vanilla extract. It doesn't expire. You can get your beans from several sources, but it's best to get it through a co-op where y'all can combine your money, and then you can get the beans at a lower price. Vanilla Pura has that available for you, because that's why I'm in their group, so I can see the different beans they get, because they get beans from all over the planet. So these beans that I'm using are a Madagascar vanilla bean, which is the most common bean to use, is the Madagascar vanilla bean. But they have beans from all over, and different beans will give you a different taste profile of your extraction. So just keep that in mind. You want to experiment with those different beans and some are costly. So it's good to be in a co-op group so you can get more bang for your buck, and you can get a variety instead of just getting one type of bean. There's so many vanilla beans out here, but the most common that you see on this everyday store shelves are the Madagascar vanilla beans. So just so you know that those are the most common. So what you want to do now, if you leave them whole and put them in a jar like this, you can stick one in the jar and you'll see it'll fit in the jar, and then you can cover it up with your alcohol, your vodka, or whatever spirit you're going to use. That's fine. That extraction is going to take a year. We don't want to wait a year. So what we're going to do is take our vanilla beans and we're going to cut them in half, and then we're going to split them down the middle so we can get what's called the caviar out of the bean. And that's the stuff that's in the middle that's kind of gooey. Now, if you don't cut them, you can get the goo out later, and you can make a vanilla paste out of it. You can dry it out and make a vanilla sugar. You can grind your beans up once they've done the extraction and dry them out, dehydrate them, and make your vanilla sugar. Or you can use it and just make your vanilla paste. And then you'll stick that, when it's cut up like that, into your jar. And it's real simple. You're going to cut your bean up in half and split it so you can get to the goo. And then you're just going to put it in the jar. And then you'll pour your vodka over it and let it sit for the amount of time. The longer it sits, the better it gets. That's real simple. And I've been meaning to do this project for about a year, but pain and other issues had me not working on it. But since Miss Joy Allen was at my house, I was like, oh, what can we do today? Yesterday we made kale chips. So today we're making vanilla extract. And in 3 months, I'll send her a bottle so she can see what we did. But I said the higher proof of your alcohol, like this Everclear, it probably would extract in a month. I haven't done an extraction with it, so I can't tell you for sure. But in my mind, I'm thinking because it's such a stronger volume of alcohol, a higher grade, it would definitely pull it quicker. And then you just fill up your jar. So the FDA rule on making extract is that you need 1 ounce of vanilla beans, and each one of these packages was 1 ounce, but you should always weigh it to make sure, to 8 ounces of your vodka or whatever spirit you're going to use for your extraction. So 1 ounce of beans to 8 ounces of your liquid. And that's the FDA standard extraction. So that's what works, and it gives you the most of that vanilla profile in your extraction. So we're using 2 ounces because we have a 16-ounce jar. Now my 32 ounce, I would have had to use 4 ounces of beans and 32 ounces of my liquid for extraction. So you want to make sure you're getting the most bang for your buck. You can make a mother jar. So if I was to make one of these jars to be my mother jar, I could pull from it, but then I would add more beans to it. So when you make your first extraction, which this will be done in at least 3 months, I'm going to take the beans out of the alcohol and keep the alcohol. Now I can strain it and take the little specks out or leave it in there. I'm going to leave my specks in. I like the specks, and I think it gives you more vanilla flavor as well. But what I'll do with the beans is I'll put them in another jar. So that'll be the 2 ounces of my vanilla beans, but they'll only have 50% potency after my extraction. So I'll put those in another jar and add 1 ounce of new vanilla beans and my 16 ounces of my liquid for my extraction. So whenever you make that first extraction, just remember you lost 50% of the potency of that bean. It's still usable. You never have to throw your beans away. You can just keep putting them in a mother jar and just keep going with them and adding some new ones here and there and more liquid. You don't ever have to throw them away. That's the beauty of this extraction. You just keep going with it forever. So they don't expire, and alcohol keeps forever. So especially the higher grade of your liquor, the better that extraction will be. And you can use things like brandy, which I'm definitely gonna probably buy some because I would love to have a bourbon vanilla bourbon. I'm sure you've heard of vanilla bourbon. They make it in the stores. They sell it. So that's what they use. They use bourbon instead of vodka. So that just sounds good. So I'll be getting some bourbon eventually to make another type of extraction. But if you go in the Vanilla Pura, Pura group on Facebook and join and get those beans and get those recipes, and there's so many things that people are making a whole lot of different things besides vanilla extract. They're teaching you how to make all type of stuff that I didn't even dream of. So you can make a whole lot of different products out of that group and be self-sufficient. Things that you're buying in the store, a 32-ounce jar of vanilla extract from McCormick will cost you $32. I'm probably using $4 to $5 worth of product to make the same thing that you'll pay $32 for. So just keep that in mind. You want to make your own products, and as much as you can, so you know what's in it. You know you took your care and time making it, and then you don't have to worry about if there was like insects in it, because the FDA does allow a certain amount of insects in your food, and spider legs and all that good stuff, rodent hairs. So yeah. You know that's not at your house, so you might want to think about trying to make your own products from scratch as much as possible. I know we've gotten to be the microwave generation and everybody wants everything done quick, fast, and in a hurry, but sometimes you all are going to need to slow down to protect yourself. So there is vanilla extract shortage for various reasons, and the prices are going extremely high. You can research that, look around and price it and be like, oh my goodness, what it was 5 years ago is not what it is now, and it's getting more costly. So you definitely want to learn how to make your own products. And if you're in the Virginia Beach area today, the new store is opening up on Virginia Beach Boulevard by Freestones, PHRE. Look him up, and it's called the Amethyst. Amethyst on the Boulevard. Mm-hmm. And he'll be opening soon for a soft opening. I think he's going to go from 11 to about 8 tonight. He has many crystals and gemstones, and he makes everything by hand himself. And he's very good at it, and you want to check him out. We will be going over there to support him because we're only 5 minutes away. So we'll go over there today and support him. And he has opportunity for other vendors that make crystal jewelry or does organite to come and display their items in his store. So he's not just opening it for himself. He'll be having different types of classes there. If you're into Reiki and things like that, yoga, he can provide a space for you for that. So you want to go by and check him out. He's doing some great things for the community. And he also does sign language. His wife is deaf, and they have a baby. And so he learned sign language from being with his wife, and he's very good at that too. They'll be teaching sign language classes, which I'm very interested in. I don't know how good I'm gonna be now that my hands is all jacked up, but I'll do my best. I'll learn some things. And she's showing you more vanilla beans. So we're gonna cut up the second ounce to put in this 16-ounce jar. So it's 1 ounce of vanilla beans per 8 ounces of your liquid that you're using for extraction. And then when I get ready to give some out, it'll be in smaller bottles because I'm not going to give you my full 16 ounces. No, you can start your own. But if I'm gifting it to people, I'll gift it out and put a nice little cute label on it that says when it was made, the date, the variety, and it was made by me, of course. Or if you have a label maker, you can use your label maker and make your labels, or you can use Avery labels, or you can just simply use a black marker, which is what I'm probably going to wind up doing so I can remember when I started this process. So that'll work too. So whatever works, you don't have to be fancy. Simple is best. Keep it simple. Be very simplistic. Joy, did you have any questions for me?
Could you talk to everyone about the texture of the bean? Because some people might get another type, the softer bean.
The fresher they are, the softer they are. if you let them sit, they're still good to use, but they'll start to get hard on you. So you want to use them within the first year of you purchasing them. So you got 12 months to use them. Hopefully when you get them, you're excited and you use them in the first week to start your extraction. So the fresher they are, the softer they are, the easier they are to work with. And vanillapura.com has a co-op, and you can get a variety of beans, and sometimes they even gift beans to people on the Facebook group, so you can get involved with that. And like I said, if you go through their Facebook group, and you'll see all these different type of recipes, not just vanilla extract. People are out here showing you how to make all type of things from that company's website and their Facebook page. So be a part of that. They also have a YouTube channel. So if you really aren't understanding how to make your extracts, you can watch them do it on their YouTube channel. So you got several avenues for that. Yes, Monet, the price of beans are going up. She said what she paid 2 weeks ago is not what she saw today. Yes. And that's why you want to get with that co-op, vanillapura.com. I'm not getting paid for this. I'm just telling y'all my resource that I found that makes sense. And then you can go and get it from them. Join the co-op. Y'all pool y'all money together and get more beans and more variety of beans, so you can try out different extractions and see what you really like, or you can mix them together, play around with it, have fun. It's no one way to do this, so you can learn from those who have been doing it for years. This simply takes 5 minutes for you to cut up the beans, put it in your jar, and pour your vodka in it, or your bourbon. I got to get some bourbon. I'm like, something is telling me to get some bourbon, and make your extraction. You have anything to add, Mr. Black Star Organite? You do extractions all the time. What would you suggest for me to get a quicker extraction? That Everclear or any vodka would do?
Everclear is best. I like it.
Will it pull it quicker, you think?
Yeah, but then you're gonna be left with 190 proof alcohol.
Oh no, we ain't. We don't use Everclear then, because you gonna have drunk vanilla then. You probably won't need but a pinch. So yeah, let's try this on the Vanilla Pura Facebook group and their website. They'll tell you what proofs you should use that are best for extractions. So it's just up to you what you want to play around with. And you don't have to. Some people tell you to make the extraction and come back and shake it every week. You don't have to do that. Just put it in a dark place, forget it's there. It'll extract on its own. You don't need to assist it. The vodka or whatever spirit you're using is going to pull the extraction on its own. What is that?
Crown Royal.
What is
people use Crown Royal whiskey?
Crown Royal whiskey to do the extraction?
Yeah. Yeah. The Crown Royal comes in all different flavors.
Okay. Well, Mr. Black Star Organized said we can use Crown Royal. I don't know. I'll be willing to give it a try. I'm experimenting. So now what Joy Allen is doing is pouring the 16 ounces of vodka, just pouring it in the jar with the vanilla beans that she's cut in half and split down the middle, so they fit in the jar. You want to make sure that your vanilla beans are fully submerged in your jar. You don't want any sticking up and not covered. You want to get the full extraction. So she's going to fill that to the top, put the lid on it, the mason jar lid. Y'all all know these lids. And the ring, and that's that. And she's done. So that take you all of 5 minutes, cutting the beans in half and splitting them down the middle, putting them in the jar, and you got your extraction. You're done. And you can sit it in the cabinet, and you're either under the sink. I would say sit it on the in the shelf area, because you never know, the sink might bust or something, and now you worried that water got into it. So I would just sit it on the shelf where it's not going to be bothered, and forget about it. Some people that forgot they made extractions, been in the shelf on the shelf for 5-10 years, and they forgot all about it. And it's fine to use it. The longer it sits, the better. It gets fine with age. So you want to age your vanilla extract in any of your extractions. The longer they stay extracted, the more potent they will be, and the better they'll taste. So everything ages and beautiful. Have any more suggestions, Mr. Owens? Okay. You can leave.
Okay. All right.
Bye.
Yeah, I'll see you later.
All right. He's being considerate. He knows I don't like noise when I'm taping, but he's got to leave, so gotta do what you gotta do. So if Miss Joy Allen doesn't have any more questions or comments, or if the audience does, I don't see anyone saying anything on me.
Let me see. Yeah, Kai Creatress. Peace, Kai. Peace to everyone. Welcome again to Karmic Dynasty. I appreciate you all being here. Karmic Dynasty will be live at the Freestone soft opening, Amethyst on the Boulevard today. And so all of the information for Freestones is in the description to that video. And that's all I have to say right now. And I appreciate Marcia showing me around and taking care of me. She's a great hostess. She's a great sister, a great friend. And I appreciate her inviting me into her home and showing me around the city. A lot of great things to see here in Virginia Beach. If you're not familiar, you need to be familiar. Seriously. And that's all I have to share. Oh, and peace to the Common Sense audience. Peace to you all. Peace.
So thank you all for joining us. And if you learned something, let me know. VanillaPura.com is where you want to go to get your beans. Get involved in the co-op so that you can get more bang for your buck and more variety and learn about the different types of beans from all over the world. But the most traditional ones are the Madagascar vanilla beans, but there's a whole variety of vanilla beans that you've probably never heard of. You've not tasted their flavor profile. So get you a nice bottle of vodka or whatever you're going to use and get a bunch of different type of vanilla beans, label the jars, and when the extraction is done, taste them all and see what you like best. You might be surprised you like something different than Madagascar vanilla beans, which is the traditional that we've all tasted throughout the years. All right. I love you all. And this is Marcia Harris Owens of Common Sense with Miss Joy Allen of the Karmic Dynasty. And we'll see you later at Amethyst on the Boulevard. Bye.